Are there people in your family, in your circle of acquaintances, colleagues, contacts, to whom you don't address a word? Are there people who you don't talk to for some reason? Or when you speak, are they harsh words or as little as possible? Pay attention to this verse from Genesis 37, verse 4, that says like this: But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peaceably to him. You probably know the story of Joseph, who was sold by his brothers. They lied to their father, saying that he was dead, and sold to the Ishmaelites, that later sold him to the Egyptians, as he stayed as a slave for 13 years, until one of the greatest plot twists in the biblical stories, that Joseph, from a slave, became the governor of Egypt. And later, Joseph saved the lives of those brothers who wanted to see him dead. He was used to save their lives, including his father's. All started with Jacob's preference for Joseph. Jacob had 12 children, and Joseph was the firstborn of Rachel, his beloved. So Jacob made no secret of the preference he had for Joseph, a mistake that he saw his father committing with him, because his father Isaac preferred Esau, the firstborn, and he suffered so much because of this. Jacob suffered because of this. He was almost killed by his own brother because of this, but unfortunately, he did not learn from his father's mistakes. He committed the same mistake of the father. And with favoritism, he dealt with Joseph before the other brothers, in a way that the other brothers started to hate him and could not speak with Joseph peaceably. The brothers also got it wrong, because you cannot justify, just because my father got it wrong, I also can get it wrong. I can find a better path. But all the 11 brothers of Joseph preferred the path of envy, hatred, revenge. And the young man who had nothing to do with that, okay, Joseph didn't help too. Poor him. He was a boy, a child. So what did he do? As he only had the favoritism of his father, the support of his father, he will keep on bringing the news of his brothers when they would do something wrong. He'll come and tell Jacob, his father. Then you can imagine, Joseph didn't help either, because he wasn't wise. And later he told his dream. I dreamed that all of you will bow before me. As your grandmother, my grandmother, our great-grandmother, the following, saying,
A closed mouth catches no flies.
How many times we get it wrong because we spoke too much. And then we start speaking too little with people that we are upset with, which was the case of Joseph's brothers. They couldn't speak to him peaceably. In other words, every time they exchanged a word with Joseph, they were harsh, aggressive. most probably cursing, accusing, or mocking. Anyway, was like a word of attack. You can imagine the environment that had been created between them. And this is one of the great tragedies that we can confirm that can happen in a family when you don't talk to a member of your own family. You don't talk to them. You don't exchange words. Or there's someone in your family who do not talk to you. And worse, sometimes you live under the same roof. You are under the same roof. Sometimes you sit at the table, you cross paths, in the rooms of the house, you don't look in the eyes of each other, you don't address any word, there's a total indifference, which is cruel, so sad. What can you do in regard to this? I speak to you that maybe you are living in this situation and you say, I don't talk to this person. So-and-so for me died. So-and-so for me does not deserve my attention. Pay attention. What have you achieved? What have you gained with this attitude towards this person? Stop. Answer the question. Stop and think about this question. What have you achieved with this attitude towards this person? Think. I can't think of a positive side to this. I can only think of the bad things that you have accumulated. For example, pride. You have been keeping this pride, this stubbornness, a grudge, because for you to remember that you don't speak, you don't direct your word towards that person, you need to remember why. So you are nourishing bad memories. Every time you look at that person, you need to put an effort to treat them differently. And you need to remember why you're putting on this effort. So the bad memory is being nourished. So-and-so did this against me, won't forgive, I'll never treat them the same. We're only nourishing grudges, stubbornness, pride, and a bad attitude between you. I can't see a positive side. No, I'm proving to them, I'm making them remember, I won't let them forget what they've done against me, that I'm hurt until today. Yes, but the question comes back, what have you achieved with this? Can they change something from what happened? Can they change? They can ask me for forgiveness, yes, but if they come to ask for forgiveness because you are mistreating them and not because they regret, does this request have any value? Oh, now you come to ask me for forgiveness. That's what happened. When you mistreat someone because you're waiting for them to come and say sorry, usually what happens when finally they come to speak to you, listen, I'm sorry for what I've done, finally you come and say, now, after 5 years, are you understanding? There's no profit. You are losing. You are losing. And the other person too, you both are losing. It's a game that nobody wins. Both lose. There's no draw, there's no victory, there's only loss. So you need to use intelligence, as Joseph did. Joseph, when he was exalted, became the governor of Egypt. And the brothers, along with Jacob, came to Egypt in search of food. They never imagined that Joseph was the governor. They could never have dreamed that this could have happened. Joseph, now with authority, could take revenge on his brothers. But what did he do? He said, no, my brothers, there's nothing between us. I forgive you. On the contrary, I see that the evil that you tried against me, God used it for good. So Joseph managed to see in the weakness of his brothers the hand of God. And that's what you must do. What happened to you back then, the person did something wrong against you, okay, they shouldn't have done that. But if you look at God and trust in Him, even this evil, He can use it for your own good. But you have to release forgiveness, because as long as you are hurt, God cannot use this evil for good. Evil will keep on hurting you. You have to have intelligence to overcome this and to see the hand of God in all this, to believe that God will use all this for your good. Suppose you are the person who has someone in your house who does not talk to you. In that case, your question has to be, have I done everything possible to open the doors, to build bridges, to clear the way, that in their time, if they want to come back and talk to me, have I done enough? Have I said sorry, asked for forgiveness? Have I treated this person with respect, civility? Not to humiliate yourself to the point of crawling at the person's feet. Please talk to me. No, none of that. This does not work. But to clear the way. Have you cleared the way? If you did what was wrong towards them, if they're expecting something from you, have you said sorry? Have you treated them with dignity? Have you been talking to them even though they don't talk to you? So if you haven't, start doing it. And don't carry the guilt of why they don't talk to you. If they don't talk to you, it's their problem. But on your side, you have to give all that you owe the person. If it's a request of forgiveness, then ask for forgiveness. You owe civility, to be polite. Give them everything you owe them, nothing more or nothing less. Do not crawl towards this person, but give everything that you need. And the rest, let God do as He did for Joseph and the brothers. And you, is there anybody that you don't talk to? Why? Leave your comment, leave in a nutshell the story, why you don't talk to this person, why doesn't this person talk to you? What have you decided after watching this video to do in this regard? See you later, send this video to someone if you think that will help them.